My name is Tim Burroughs. I'm with eXp Realty, Idaho, and I've been in the Boise metro area now for 23 years as a realtor. Well, several years ago, I got a call from a young lady on the phone, and she said, I'm going through a divorce right now, but it's not yet final. I have to work in Ada County, which is where Boise's located, but also several other communities. And because I have 2 children of opposite sex, I have to have 3 bedrooms in it. We can deal with 1 bath if that's all there is, but I need 3 bedrooms. And my budget is $65,000. And instead of just saying, there's no way that's going to happen, I said, let's see what we can do. Well, the search part of it's going to be easy. There's only one house that fits your criteria. It's a bank-owned property. It's listed for $53,900, and it's in Kuna, which is in Ada County, so we can go out and we take a look at it. And as is often the case with bank-owned properties, it was a mess. It smelled crazy bad when we got there. It needed new floor coverings. There was a window that was broken out, needed to be replaced. Part of the roof needed to be repaired. They didn't have a fire door between the house and the garage. The garage door was just kind of hanging on by a thread. We made an offer for $52,000. The bank generously accepted it, and then we tried to buy the house. And we couldn't get it financed with a conventional loan. We then couldn't get it financed with a rural development loan. And so I finally turned to the lender that we were working with and I said, is your appraiser licensed to do FHA appraisals? Yes. Can you have him go out to the house and give me a list of what we need in order to make the thing work? And I got a list that was probably about a half-page typewritten. And I said, great, okay, at least we know where to start. The lender had a friend who was a commercial builder and high-end home builder, and just happened to be at the time of the economy when we had time available. Ironically, we'd bought it for $52,000, she was qualified for $65,000, and his bid came in at $13,000. I wrote a letter to the bank, and they were willing to raise the sales price to $65,000 and to give us a $13,000 budget to do all the repairs. And so we proceeded, down the path. And about a week later, I get a phone call from this contractor, and he says, I can't get my painter to come during the scheduled time that I want to be there, and so I'm not going to do the job. So I took on the reins of being the general contractor. Of course, in the state of Idaho, at that time, you didn't need anything. I mean, if you had a dog and a pickup, you were good. I had all these subcontractors that I'd worked with for 20 years in my business, and I just called all of them up. And the $4,000 worth of profit that the other contractor was going to take, I didn't take a dime of that, so we had all of that to pour into the house as well. End game, she had the 5-year-old and the 8-year-old, didn't know mom and dad were going through a divorce. And she finally puts the word out to them. They go out to their replacement home, and one of them remarks, Mom, I didn't realize you were so rich, because we had just done such a nice job on the whole piece. I don't look at anybody with dollar signs in there, when I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them as what are their circumstances and how can I improve their lot in life? How can we find something that really meets their needs? I actually listen to the client and try to find what they're looking for. And so in that, I've had several people over time that say, it always seemed like we knew you were busy, but you always seemed like we were your only client. And so enabling myself to do that for every person is really part of how I operate.